A chemist in Ohio solved a problem that was tearing car engines apart. The world celebrated. A decade later, he did it again. Refrigerators, leaking toxic gas into people's homes. He fixed them. Two problems, two perfect solutions. Both came with a cost. Both nearly killed the planet. His name was Thomas Midgley Jr. Midgley came from a family of inventors. His father, his grandfather. Solving problems was the family business. He studied engineering at Cornell. By his late 20s, he was at a General Motors lab in Dayton, Ohio. The guy they handed the problems nobody else could solve. In the early 1920s, the problem was engine knock. Car engines had a habit of rattling themselves apart at high speed. A metallic banging, like the engine was eating itself from the inside. It was ruining cars across America. No one had a fix. GM gave it to Midgley. He tested thousands of compounds, and in 1921, he found one that worked: tetraethyl lead. Just a few drops in the fuel, and the knocking stopped completely. It was cheap, elegant. It was also one of the most poisonous substances you could put into a consumer product, and everyone knew it. Lead had been killing people for centuries. Midgley knew it. But leaded gasoline was making General Motors a fortune, and Thomas Midgley was very good at making dangerous things look safe. In 1924, workers at a refinery in New Jersey started hallucinating. They swatted at invisible insects. They screamed at things that weren't there. 5 died. Dozens were hospitalized. The press called it the House of Butterflies. The refinery was producing Midgley's additive, tetraethyl lead. Public pressure built. GM needed to prove it was safe, so they sent Midgley. He stood in front of reporters, poured tetraethyl lead over his hands, rubbed it into his skin, then held a flask under his nose for 60 seconds. He told them he could do this every day. What they didn't know, he had already been hospitalized for lead poisoning. He knew exactly what it could do. He did it anyway. Leaded gasoline went global. For decades, every car on Earth pumped lead into the air, into soil, into water, into food, into lungs. Millions of premature deaths. A poisoning so slow and so widespread, it took decades to even measure. And then, he did it again. In the 1930s, refrigerators were leaking toxic gas into homes. Midgley was asked to fix it. He created a new compound. He called it Freon, the first chlorofluorocarbon. At the announcement, he inhaled it and blew out a candle to prove that it was safe. The room applauded. Freon went everywhere. Refrigerators, air conditioners, aerosols, all over the planet. 50 years later, scientists realized it was destroying the ozone layer, the only thing standing between life on Earth and the full force of the sun. Two inventions, both worked exactly as designed. Both poisoned the planet. In the 1940s, Midgley contracted polio. He lost the use of his legs. So he did what he had always done. He built a solution. An elaborate system of ropes and pulleys attached to his bed, designed to lift and turn him without help. One day, the system failed. The ropes tangled around his neck and strangled him. Thomas Midgley Jr. was killed by his own invention. And this time, there was no one else to blame. The world doesn't always need a villain. Sometimes, it just needs someone who's very, very good at solving the wrong problem.